Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Early Edition spoilers. Lucky gets massive shock. General Hospital Early Weekly spoilers confirm Lucky Spencer is in for a huge surprise during the week of September 9th to 13th, 2024, on GH. Check out the latest spoilers for the ABC soap opera. General Hospital Early Weekly spoilers. Lucky Spencer stunned. GH Weekly spoilers see a surprise in store for Lucky Spencer. Chances are, it involves Holly Sutton. Now, Lucky knows Holly is running a con on Sidwell. Clearly, she's not loyal to the new villain. So, she might find a way to help free Lucky. Of course, it could go the other way and it could spell danger for Lucky. Also, the surprise could very well be his mother, Laura Spencer Collins. Currently, she's searching for him with her husband, Kevin Collins. Indeed, they could end up finding him next week on General Hospital. And they may finally reunite after years apart. Meanwhile, Jordan Ashford puts her detective skills to work. GH Early Edition spoilers. Alexis in hot water. While Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, fights to escape captivity, Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, has some explaining to do. Recently, Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, and Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, told the cops they saw Alexis throw a gun into the water. So, next week, she's likely questioned. Later, Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, faces off with Commissioner Anna Devane, Finola Hughes. No doubt, she's representing Alexis. Also, on General Hospital, Christina Corinthos, Kate Monsey, confesses, perhaps, about taking her dad's gun. Then, her brother, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, pleads with her. Meanwhile, Liz trades info with Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. Then, she opens up to Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen. Later, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, suspects her father's motives. General Hospital Weekly spoilers. Anna hunts for answers. Elsewhere, Anna's still investigating the murder of John Jagger Cates, Adam Harrington. But soon, she's let down. Later, she and Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, search for answers. Then, Max Scorpio, John J. York, arrest someone. Also, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, brings in a suspect. Meanwhile, Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, asks Jack Brennan, Charles Measure, for help. Later, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, make someone a promise on General Hospital and Jason embarks on a new quest. Also, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, visits Michael. Meanwhile, Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, arranges an urgent meeting. Then, she clashes with Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer. Later, Lois has a heartfelt chat with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Seton. In addition, Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, surprises Cody Bell, Josh Kelly. GH spoilers confirm tons of action and suspense. Tune in daily to see who takes Lucky Spencer by surprise on the ABC daytime drama. In the latest General Hospital Early Edition spoilers, Port Charles braces for an emotional storm as Lucky Spencer returns to town, and what he discovers upon arrival will change everything. After years of soul-searching, heartbreak, and self-imposed exile, Lucky's comeback isn't just about reconnecting with family, it's about facing the ghosts he left behind. But nothing could prepare him for the massive shock waiting in the shadows of his old life. Lucky's unexpected return home. It's been years since viewers last saw Lucky Spencer, the complicated and tender-hearted son of Luke and Laura. The world traveler has wandered across continents trying to make peace with his past, from his addiction struggles to losing Elizabeth, to being an absentee father to Cameron, Jake, and Aiden. But a cryptic message pulls him back to Port Charles. Rumor has it Laura Collins sends a desperate plea for help, one that shakes Lucky to his core. There's danger brewing once again in their family orbit, and this time, it might be personal. When Lucky returns, he's not the bright-eyed optimist of old. He's hardened, wiser, and carrying a mysterious burden. But what really rattles him is what he discovers the moment he steps foot in Port Charles, a stunning revelation that ties into the town's darkest recent events. Jake's secret life, the son Lucky never truly knew. Sources say the massive shock Lucky faces is deeply connected to his son Jake Weber. Once believed dead, Jake's miraculous survival brought hope, but Lucky was never around to help him heal. In recent months, Jake has been walking a fine line between light and darkness, wrestling with his identity, and possibly being drawn into some secretive, dangerous plot. Lucky's first night back might involve him overhearing a conversation that turns his blood cold, possibly between Jake and Jason Morgan. Could Lucky discover that his teenage son has been working undercover? Or worse, tangled up in Cyrus Renault's criminal web? There's also a possibility that Jake is being manipulated by someone Lucky once knew well. Could this tie back to Nicholas Cassadine's shady dealings or even Valentine's covert operation? One thing is clear, Lucky's homecoming isn't just emotional. It's explosive. Elizabeth's emotional turmoil. No return to Port Charles is complete without revisiting Elizabeth Weber, the woman who defined much of Lucky's life. Their love story was one for the ages. First love, tragedy, betrayal, and forgiveness, only to end in painful separation. Now, Elizabeth finds herself in chaos again. Between her strained relationship with Finn, Jake's erratic behavior, and constant family pressure, she's emotionally raw. When Lucky shows up at her door, it's like the years vanish, but the pain doesn't. Sources tease a tense and tearful reunion between Elizabeth and Lucky. She may accuse him of abandoning their children, while Lucky defends his long absence as a necessary journey towards self-redemption. Yet, underneath all the anger is something electric. Unfinished love. And then comes the gut punch. Elizabeth reveals a secret she's been keeping for months, one that leaves Lucky reeling. Could it be tied to Jake's recent troubles? Or something even more earth-shattering? Laura's heart torn between pride and fear. Laura Collins has always been the anchor of the Spencer family, but this new crisis might break even her. When she learns Lucky's back, she's overjoyed, but that joy is short-lived when she realizes her son's homecoming brings danger and Laura will struggle to keep peace between Lucky and Elizabeth, especially when Lucky discovers how deep the chaos around Jake goes. She may also find herself pulled into a darker mystery involving the Cassadines once again, something that threatens the Spencer family legacy. There's buzz that Laura receives disturbing intel linking Victor Cassadine's leftover schemes to a current operation involving the WSB. If that's true, Lucky's past as a cop could drag him right into the middle of a deadly game. Sam and Dante's complicated connection to Lucky. Lucky's return also has ripple effects for Sam McCall and Dante Falconeri. Once upon a time, Lucky and Sam shared a steamy, albeit complicated, romance. Now, Sam's life is intertwined with Dante, Lucky's former partner and friend. Tension brews as old feelings resurface. Will Lucky and Sam share a meaningful reunion, one that reignites old sparks? Or will Dante feel threatened by Lucky's presence? There's speculation that Lucky may even join forces with Dante to investigate a case that ties to Jason Morgan and Anna Devane's covert operation. But as secrets unravel, loyalties are tested, and Lucky may find himself torn between justice and family. A shocking DNA revelation? Another wild rumor floating through the GH fanbase is that Lucky's massive shock could involve a DNA twist. The whispers? A child he never knew existed. There's talk of a woman from Lucky's years abroad showing up in Port Charles with a teenager claiming to be his. A revelation that would send shockwaves through the entire town. Elizabeth's reaction would be priceless, Laura's would be heart-wrenching, and Nicholas might seize the opportunity to manipulate the situation for his own agenda. If GH really wants to shake things up, this surprise child could even be tied to one of the show's villain families. A Cassadine, a Jax, or even a Renault. The Spencer legacy reignited. Lucky's return marks a new era for the Spencer clan. With Luke gone and Lulu still in a coma, Lucky's arrival breathes new life into a family that's been fractured for too long. Early spoilers tease emotional scenes at the Haunted Star, where Lucky revisits memories of his father. There's a symbolic moment where he stands on deck, gazing out at the water, perhaps hearing Luke's voice in his head, urging him to finish what I started. Whether Lucky takes up that challenge is yet to be seen, but one thing's certain. He's not the same man who left Port Charles. He's carrying secrets, regrets, and maybe even a mission, one that could redefine his place in town. Lucky's next chapter. Hero or outlaw? General Hospital seems to be setting up a layered redemption arc for Lucky, one that could explore whether he's truly a hero anymore, or if the years away have changed him too much. Will he join forces with Jason to bring down a criminal network that threatens his son? Or will Lucky's moral compass pull him in a darker direction, one more reminiscent of Luke's rogue ways? With so many old faces returning and new alliances forming, Lucky's comeback is bound to spark fireworks. And with his heart split between the past he can't undo and the family he's desperate to protect, the next few weeks promise some of GH's most emotional storytelling in years. Final thoughts. Lucky Spencer's return is exactly what General Hospital has been missing. Legacy, depth, and the complex emotional storytelling that defined its golden years. His massive shock, whether it's tied to Jake, a secret child, or a deadly conspiracy, promises to launch a must-watch storyline that intertwines every major family on the canvas.